The reason that I got rich was I actually reflected on myself and I reflected against my bad flaws. This is one thing that you can do to go hit your first 6 and 7 figures this year is actually face yourself in the mirror. But that's not good enough. What good enough is reflecting on yourself as a man and just having a sheet of paper of all your flaws or the progression that you want to make. If all you do is it sits on a piece of paper, nothing changes. Well, that's why step number 2 comes into play. So what you're actually going to watch right now is actually a snippet from my live podcast that I have every Tuesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in this 1-hour podcast, what I do is I break down 3 different habits that you can instill as a man that will allow you to have all the benefits that I just mentioned a few seconds ago without doing all the hard work and effort. So you can either watch one of these videos or all 3 parts. That way you can see what's the best for you so you can implement it so you can get the results that you want in your life. Might sound weird, but hear me out. Meditation. Now, if you're like me, if somebody would have said, DeAndre, you need to meditate, I would have been like, all right, bro, like I can't even sit still straight for 20 minutes, let alone sit and meditate. I would try to meditate. I heard the benefits of meditation, right? Like especially if you're in the area of personal development, you've heard of meditation, but to actually get yourself to sit there and not be distracted and go hungry and your feet fall asleep, that was so difficult for me. And then I got introduced to a mentor, and his name was Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I went to one of his events in Marcos Island in Florida. And in this event, I thought it was going to be a business event. But really what it was 7 days of meditation. And let me tell you that 7 days of meditation completely changed my life. Well, what is meditation? That's the first question. What is meditation? Why should you do it? And what are the benefits that you will see as a man that you'll start to see these results in your physical life? So meditation, what is it? Meditation is the practice of going within, becoming present in your mind so that you get out of your mind when it comes to the future and get out of your body when it comes to your past emotion. Meditation is the skill of becoming so present in mind that you actually can control your thinking and can release all control. If that makes sense. You can release all control because you become so present in your life. Why is it that I recommend that as a man that you should do meditation? Now, some of you may listen to me, some of you may not. Like what Jim Rohn says, what's easy to do is easy not to do. I believe that meditation, by the way, this is something I do every single day. For the last 2 months, I've probably missed maybe about 7 days of meditation, maybe because I was traveling here to Colombia. I missed like 5 days in a row. But other than that, I do meditation every single day. It is such an important part of my life that I truly believe that's how a lot of this stuff has come together. That's how this podcast has come together. That's how me having this show and everything coming together here has literally come from me meditating. Well, why is it that you meditate? See, meditation, the reason what it allows you to do is it allows you to take control back of your emotions. You see, when you become present and you stop worrying about the future and being anxious about the future and what sales calls you need to do and what appointments you need to have and what everything you need to do about the future, right? Always questioning your future and your life, or being dragged down by the past and the past mistakes and the drudgery and everything from the past. All that goes away because when you meditate, you actually become present. All those thoughts of the future, of anxiety, all those thoughts of the past, of depression, they go away and you become present. You see, it's in that moment of being present that you actually feel whole. You feel okay. You feel like everything's going to be all right. And you can actually connect to your higher self. So that's one benefit. The second benefit is that when you do this long enough, right, there's 2 types of meditations. One is like an inner body. It's like maybe like a 15-minute meditation, right? You maybe put in some headphones and listen to like a Dr. Joe Dispenza 15, 20-minute meditation. Those are really good. But then you have the 1-hour meditations. Those 1-hour meditations are where you can actually get into your subconscious mind and start to rewrite that paradigm. Remember, we talked about that subconscious mind that's controlling how much money you make, the quality of the girls that you're dating, all that kind of good stuff, right? You can actually rewrite that when you meditate. Because imagine this, imagine being conscious in a dream. Have you ever been in a dream where you were actually like able to control it? Some of you say yes, some of you may say no, but imagine being conscious within your subconscious mind or conscious within a dream. One thing that we know about the subconscious mind is that the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is fake. So if you come in here and you start telling yourself that I'm so happy and grateful now that you earn $30,000 a month, that you attract high quality, beautiful women and you're on consistent dates, that your friends are at and above your level, that you move with the style and charisma where people are attracted to you, right? These might be some affirmations you might want to plant. If you do this in meditation, your subconscious mind can't tell the difference whether you're visualizing or whether you're actually living that in real life. You see, it's actually via meditation that you can take that introspection in lesson 1. Remember, studying every single day, you'll start to actually introspect and reflect on your life as a man, which most people will not do. And that's why 10 years from now, they will still be broke. The reason that I got rich was I actually reflected on myself and I reflected against my bad flaws. This is one thing that you can do to go hit your first 6 and 7 figures this year is actually face yourself in the mirror. But that's not good enough. What good enough is reflecting on yourself as a man and just having a sheet of paper of all your flaws or the progression that you want to make. If all you do is it sits on a piece of paper, nothing changes. Well, that's why step number 2 comes into play, the meditation. Now what you can do is in meditation, let's just say you meditate for 1 hour. Now that might be a lot for you, but hear me out. In this 1 hour meditation, you can actually put yourself in a sleepy state. Think of it as like halfway falling asleep or being in like hypnosis whenever you're watching a movie or television. Think about it. What is television? You're actually focused on a TV box that's flashing images and sound at you, but there's actually nothing there physically. You're like get drawn into this world via pictures and images flashing on a screen. That's called a television. And you're in that state. You're literally in a trance state. You're literally being hypnotized by the television. In the same sense, you can hypnotize yourself or put yourself in a trance state or in a sleepy state by doing meditation. So now without being programmed by the government or TV shows or advertisement, you can actually reprogram yourself, reprogram your subconscious mind. And that's what I did to go from 0 to 100K a month was I would sit on a couch and I would visualize myself earning 100,000 a month. And I did that over and over and over. And a couple weeks later, I was earning 100,000 a month. Like it's not that hard. And this is something I've been experimenting with, this meditation, because it was very difficult at first. I want you to think of meditation as this. For many of us, for many of us men, right? Because this show right now is tailored to the men. We go to the gym and you train your body for the gym. Let's just say you spend 1 hour in the gym. Let me ask you a question. There's 2 people, person A and person B. Let's just say person A goes to the gym 6 days a week for 1 hour. Person B goes to the gym for 15 minutes every single day, 6 days a week for the next month or so. Who would have better results in 1 year? The guy that's going to the gym 1 hour a day or the guy that's going to the gym 15 minutes a day? Well, the obvious answer is the guy that does 1 hour a day at the gym will get better results than the guy 15 minutes at the gym. And that's why I recommend you guys do 1 hour of meditation a day. You see, every time you do a meditation, bro, you're literally rewriting yourself. The reason I started making money was I would meditate and I would visualize and reprogram my mind and I would visualize the money that I wanted to earn. I visualized myself having a GTR. I visualized myself living in a penthouse. I visualized myself having 10,000 people on this show. Everything that I ever visualized, I manifested because it's like putting my body, like you put your body in the gym. I put my mind in the gym by sitting down, getting quiet, getting present, not worrying about how the people are going to come, not worrying about how many that I have 5 people watching live. I don't care about that because I see it in my mind. If I can see it in my mind, convince my subconscious mind, it must manifest. I must hold it in my hand. And as long as I keep it on the forefront of my mind, everything else must bend. Every obstacle must fall away. The world must bend to the ideas that I hold in my mind, because what I hold here is true. And as long as I have my willpower holding it, it must manifest. That's how you have to feel about yourself. You have to get so confident in what you're doing as a man, where you're going, the purpose, the goal, and what you got to do, that your body starts to actually believe it. And the only way that you can do it, even though you don't see it in your hand, is to actually play that movie in your mind so many times over and over and over again, that you're no longer wanting the money, wanting the girlfriend, wanting the relationship, wanting the new friends, wanting the mansion or the car or whatever it is that you want. You no longer want it anymore, because you visualize it so many times that you actually think that it's yours. And it's in that moment where you actually convince yourself that it's yours, that it's inevitable that you must achieve it, that you actually achieve it. This is how the greats actually win. It's not relevant about your current resources. It's not relevant how much money you have now. It doesn't matter if you have no date set up for the next month, if you're bad talking to girls right now, or if the quality girls that you're talking to don't meet your standard. None of that is relevant, because the results that you have right now as a man, understand this. The results you have as a man right now is a direct reflection of your past choices and thinking. The results you have as a man right now is a direct reflection of your past thinking, actions, and feeling. So if we go back to the present moment and you allow your present results to dictate your actions, well, what that says now is your future will look like your present, because once again, your results are controlled by your thoughts, actions, and feelings. And one of the hardest things that a person can ever do, and as a man, the hardest thing that you can ever do is think. That is the hardest thing that you can ever do, is think. Most people don't think. 94% of people do not think. They rather let their government, their mom, their dad, their coworkers, their friends do their thinking. They think like everybody else. 94% of people would rather die than think. 3% of people think that they think, right? They think they're a philosopher and they're an Instagram meme artist and everything, right? Those are the 3%. The people that actually really think in their life, that's 1%. I like to believe that I'm in that 1%, creating shit from nothing. That this podcast was a dream 2 months ago. That this whole life that I wanted, living in penthouses and all this kind of crazy stuff, and building the new YouTube channel, it was all a dream, and that it must manifest because I used my 1%. I became the 1% and started thinking. Money flows to the people who think. And when you start to think and reflect as a man, you can actually change shit in your life and stop going with the flow of everybody else. It was Earl Nightingale that said, the opposite of courage is not cowardice. The opposite of courage is conformity. Doing everything like every other man. You dress like the other men. You go to the same job as them. You gotta pave your own way as a man in this world. If you were to look at it, most men don't have the results that you want. They don't have the body that you want. They don't have the finances, the relationship, the resolve, the character, the integrity. Most men are not living the life of their truest potential. So why would you want to follow the 97%? I'm not saying to follow me. What I'm saying is to follow your own way. Invest in yourself. Reflect on yourself. Be a better version of yourself each and every single day. And these 3 habits that I'm sharing with you on this podcast are different steps that you can do, that they're not going to change you overnight, but over the next 6 to 12 months, you'll see such a dramatic change in all the parts of your life that you'll say, why would I want to go back and live a regular life? Somebody say something. Drop a sheesh in the chat if you hear me right now. So when you meditate, what you're able to do is take back control of your emotions, take back control of your thoughts, take back control of your life. So what you do is in your 1 hour of study, you're going to start to introspect. Remember that word? Reflect on your life. You're going to take those reflections now, and then you're not going to just think about it in your conscious mind. You're going to want to plant that into your paradigm. You want to plant that into the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind will think that it's real. If you convince your subconscious mind that you're charismatic, that you're on one date a week, that you have whatever, that money's flowing to, whatever you want to plan as a man, if you convince your subconscious mind that it's real, you'll actually manifest it. So how do we do that? Via the meditation. The meditation will allow us now to actually plant those images into the subconscious mind.